What's up, everyone? Welcome to Among the Fence, where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and today we're checking out the new album Make Them Beg for Death by the band Dying Fetus. Dying Fetus hail from Maryland, and they've been around since 1991, releasing about one album every 2 years, making this their 9th studio album. I love me some death metal, I gotta admit, but I never really cared that much for Dying Fetus for some reason. I tend to gravitate more towards Cannibal Corpse when it comes to music within the style in terms of lyrics and just all around just general sound. I care for them a lot more. However, the singles for this new album have been sounding pretty good, really promising. The vocals, which I've tend to struggle with when it comes to Dying Fetus in the past, have actually been sounding really appealing to me, and the riffs are hitting just right. So I figured this one was worth checking out. The album opens up with Enlightened Through Agony. It gets straight to the point with some phenomenal drum work and a fantastic lead guitar. The vocal cadence makes this rhythm a lot more impactful, and the interlude slows down for just a second, giving it a really heavy, groovy dynamic. Otherwise, just an onslaught of chugs and just crazy drum passages, which sums up basically what this album is. Then we have one of my favorite songs on this thing, which is Compulsion for Cruelty. It continues the massacre with a galloping guitar riff. It makes you want to stomp around your room. Then it becomes even more intense as the blast beats build up to one of the most head-banging inducing moments on this album. The lead guitar part also has some shiny moments as it shows its technicality here and there. It's just one of the grooviest songs on this album. And then we have Feast of Ashes, where the growl at the beginning indicates that this is going to have more of an old school touch to it, full of guitar squeals and bass drops. The vocals are almost as relenting as the music is. Both of them don't really let up. The guitar solo was unexpected, and it gives you a chance to breathe. Otherwise, I don't know, it was just kind of alright compared to all the riffs that are surrounding it. I just love the old school vibe that this song has, especially in the outro. Another one of my favorites off of this album is When the Trend Ends. It's heavy as balls, and the music basically just acts as a steamroller, as the vocals are a little bit slower. They're kind of going at their own pace while the music feels like it's just in a big old hurry. I say this one explores more of their technical death metal side with some scale runs and slightly more dynamic yet groovy riffs. I just really love the outro in this song. It's one of my favorite parts on this entire album. It's something I kept going back to for sure. We also have the song Throw Them in the Van, which is fairly short. It just pops up. It's got, I don't know, it's very aggressive. It's probably the most aggressive song on this album. It's just hard to really tell just because of how short it is, and it's so different from all the other ones. I like that the vocals clean up at times, sounding, I don't know, even though they're clean-ish, they're still pretty distorted. They sound like a wild animals, especially in the chorus where their growling is separated by just some chaotic instrumentals. And there's some songs that I feel like have other bands as influences in here, like Unbridled Fury. It comes in with a ting, and it has a little bit more of a modern feel to it, mainly in the riff and in the vocals, which I guess is most of the song. The vocals just have a quicker delivery to them. They aren't like completely unintelligible either, like the rest of the songs on here. Reminds me a little bit of Thy Art Is Murder. The lead guitar has a solo-y part that you wouldn't really traditionally call a guitar solo. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I just liked how it wasn't as flashy, and I don't know, you wouldn't really technically call it a guitar solo. It just feels like the melody sort of takes over in a sense. And then we have the song Unadulterated Carnage. Has a really sick riff. This one reminds me a lot of Lamb of God. The breakdown is really sick. It's very minimalistic, which is super cool. It has this like really hectic guitar section that comes after it. Again, not really a guitar solo. It just kind of goes crazy. And then there's this guttural growl. It just adds to the chaos. I actually enjoy the guitar solo in this one. Again, I don't know if you really want to call it that, but their guitar solos in this, they aren't what you would usually expect, and I like that a lot. Raised in Victory, Raised in Defeat. Again, it feels like another groove metal inspired part. It doesn't take really long though for the drums to go into hyperdrive, basically take over. The breakdown has some cleverly placed blast beats that play along with the vocal rhythm. It sounds fantastic, and I love the guitar melody in the interlude, and the outro makes me want to pick up my guitar, learn how to play this thing so I can headbang along with it. And then we have Heroes Grave. It brings back, again, their more technical death metal side of their playing. I really enjoy the dynamics between the low vocals and the higher, I guess, grittier sounding vocals. They just have, I don't know, it's basically the only way to describe it. They're a little bit staticky, they just have a little bit of grit to them, and it just sounds so freaking good. They're not quite, it doesn't mean it's easy to really understand them. I mean, they're still pretty intense. The drums in this song almost sound inhuman because they really show off how just incredibly quick this drummer is. And then we have the closing track, Subterfuge, I believe that's how it's pronounced. It feels like it's, again, more of a traditional Dying Fetus song. It's a little bit more straightforward in terms of it just has a chugging riff, and the drums are a little bit more non-stop. There are qualities to this song that I like, while at the same time it has some, like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of Dying Fetus, so it has some qualities that I don't really care for as much, but overall, I feel like this is a pretty solid closing track. This might be the best death metal album of the year. I know maybe I'm just not listening to death metal. If you know of something or you think something is better, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll do a review on it. But I feel like that says a lot because I don't really care for anything this band has done in the past. The riffs in this are just so freaking good. The drum work I feel like is top tier. They make just all the good choices in this. Everything is just so well placed between the blast beats, the heavy riffs, the weird sounding guitar solos, even just the weird guitar noises that they make just work. I don't completely love the vocals, but it is death metal. Most of the songs sound kind of the same. There's not a whole lot of variety between them. I gotta admit, the drums don't always have the best tone. Sometimes, especially listening with headphones, the drum tone and just in the mix, it just doesn't sound that good, I gotta admit. But again, it's death metal, so it's really hard to knock that against them. It's Dying Fetus. They're going to do what they're going to do. You know, I mean, you can't sit there and be like, these songs need more melodies in order for it to be good, because that's not what this thing is about. I don't know. I really enjoyed this album so much. I enjoyed that it isn't too long. It doesn't become too overbearing. The riffs make me want to pick up my guitar and learn them. This thing's just great. With all that said, I got to give Make Them Beg for Death by Dying Fetus a 8.3 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Make Them Beg for Death. Let me know what you rate it and what your favorite song is. And again, if you feel like there's something that I need to check out, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and I'll do a review. I'll make it happen for you. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to continue seeing more, you want YouTube to continue to recommend my videos to you, you want to help me out, don't forget to give this video a like. It does so much with YouTube's algorithm. It shows YouTube that you enjoyed my video enough to interact with it, and maybe somebody else might too. And I just appreciate you doing just that simple little thing. And if you want to help support my channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Doing all that stuff just helps me out so much, and I appreciate you doing it, and I appreciate you guys so much more than you could ever imagine. Thank you so much for letting me just sit here and talk about music at you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.